left-hand corner, we are going to start off our semi-finals of WardiTV Monday's 47.5. A little cheeky extra WardiTV Monday event today, with the blue Protoss player in the bottom left corner, herO. Takes on the red Terran player in the top left corner of the map. We are going to have ourselves herO, who just came out of that PvT semi-final and was able to knock Solar, our lone Zerg in the top 8, down and knock him away and advance into this matchup. Again, this is best of 3. And herO can be quite pesky in TVP. I mean, I think a lot of people are going to favor herO, but I'm going to come out and say, let's not get too ahead of ourselves. This is absolutely a match which herO can absolutely find some crazy stuff in it and make some stuff work. So I'm going to believe in herO. Okay, how about something no one expected? What if we have a TVT final? What if Bjorn beats MaxSpecs and herO beats herO? Yeah? Yeah, watch some TVT in the finals? How about that, guys? That sounds fun, doesn't it? We'll see what happens as we obviously get settled in for a couple of moments and just have ourselves a little bit of fighting coming about. Racks coming through, Gateway coming through. It'd be way better than PvP. And we just don't see that much TVT anymore, so honestly it would not be such a bad thing. As the probe harass early is going to be onto a couple of SCVs. Again, early probe. Just seeing what's up. Telling you that herO is not exactly, cheesing, basically. Because you're going to get all the info to say that that is not the case, basically. Island building, Cybercore on the way. We'll just have ourselves a few moments of getting established. This Reaper will go across and herO will look to find some information. He's going to go for a second Reaper. He's also double gas, and he's going to go factory before an expansion, so that is also worth noting already. As the Reaper continues all the way down into the main, and is going to go after a couple of workers. So, see what we can do. Going to get one probe, and then just get out. That's already pretty darn good. Stalker, actually going to get the Reaper. Oh, misjudged by herO, loses the Reaper. It's nice to get a probe, it's not great to lose the Reaper. Now obviously he's got other Reapers coming through, so he'll have the scouting from the other Reapers. The bigger question to me is... yeah, I mean, obviously you're kind of looking, oh my god, loses the SCV to the probe as well! That's a disaster. My question was going to be, if you're going to make more Reaper Hellion, then obviously losing a Reaper is really sad, because that's one less Reaper that's meant to be kind of here in this army. That really does feel a little bit rough, as again, Stalker coming through, the Warp Gate coming up, the Gateway building. We have ourselves the few units going to start moving out onto the map. So, stepping on forward, a couple of Reapers going to get turned the other direction for a few moments. A couple of shots coming through. See some damage being dealt there as the Hellions come across, and we're going to go for a Stalker. I mean, I think killing Stalkers feels pretty good for you as herO, because you're going to reduce a unit in the game that is typically very useful for the Protoss, not just right now, but also in the future. The problem is that you've lost a Reaper and 2 Hellions. This was all of your early game production, and now you've got Stalkers on your natural, because, well, herO is 2 gating, and he's adding on units. Like, he's just putting on pressure here. So herO's in a little bit of trouble right off the bat. TechLab finishes on the starport. TechLab building on the factory. The goal right now is to get to a Cyclone. As the Stalkers do warp in at home, so that will at least take them a while to get to the other side. But obviously this is all during the time where the command center on the natural was being delayed, but we actually do finish it at the cost of a few more SCVs. I'm just going to begin to morph that into an orbital. The Cyclone is not going to be a Cyclone, it's going to be a Siege Tank. There's going to be a Banshee as well. Banshee is a good DPS unit. I don't know if we actually want to use that here defensively. Depot goes down. Okay, this just turned into a disaster from herO. Every little thing right now early in this game is just going from bad to worse. It is looking brutal. And now extra Stalker show up, but we still don't have units here from herO. An absolute disaster for him, as this, like I say, has just gone completely wrong. He had a very miserable series against MaxSpecs earlier today, and this is going to be the start of a very miserable series against herO, unless he finds some magnificent way of turning it around. He will save this command center. That will not die. The Banshee goes across the map, which is kind of our hope right now, but the Observer is going to be on its way, because herO saw that there was a cloaking building on a starport, tech lab on a starport, researching, so you're going to assume Banshee, you're at least going to prep for it. And the Banshee here, Stalkers are there, Cloak's not even done yet. It's a disaster. Observer's going to be out. Q's way to step back in this game is just removed already. It does look as though we are going to be done and dusted for our Terran in game 1. herO is looking absolutely phenomenal in this opening game. I mean, this just couldn't have gone worse. herO with the 2 gates of pressure is just going to get here, Q caught in a way that in the bottom right, we're going to have ourselves the blue Protoss player. Up 1-0, absolutely brutal start. As he just got off to a good start and he just worked it. It is herO in the bottom right-hand side. In the top left, our red Terran from Team Liquid is Q. Guys, I just want to take a little sellout moment here and just a minute or two to do the things. First of all, if you're enjoying the stream, follow. We've got lots of new people in here today, so if you're enjoying what you see and you want to watch daily StarCraft 2 competitive action, you can follow the channel and watch more of this. If you're really enjoying on the YouTube, you can like and subscribe as well. Obviously, this is a WardiTV tournament. Every Monday, we want to run a $400 cup. This is in thanks to our sponsors OSC, Loco, and Winter as well. They help to run these. But this is a bonus cup today, and obviously this week we have the WardiTV $5,000 Summer Championship starting. If you enjoy this tournament, if you enjoy the WardiTV tournaments in general, do consider supporting. We cannot run these events without your support. And, we need these, we need the money to run the events as the TLDR. So if you enjoy, do consider Prime subscribing. If you've got a Prime available right now, get it out. Don't be afraid to use it. We will make sure it is used effectively to support StarCraft. And of course, we also have the Patreon page, patreon.com/WardiTV. 100% of pledges on the Patreon go directly into WardiTV tournament prize pools. So if you want to guarantee that 100% of anything you send, including transaction fees, because we will add the transaction fees in, we will cover those, then check out the Patreon page at patreon.com/WardiTV. And like I say, 100% goes directly into the pockets of players. And be sure of that. So again, those things do really help us to keep on pumping out the events, whether it's the support on Twitch or the support on the Patreon or the support on the YouTube. Whatever it is, it helps a lot. Appreciate you guys. Again, patreon.com/WardiTV, or you can ! Patreon in the Twitch chat if you want a link over to it. Alright, thank you for listening to my salad for a couple of minutes. Appreciate it. Gotta do it at some point as we get a little CC on the way. Probe is going to patrol around. SCV stepping over as well. Having the couple of Marines going to come through. Probe gets chased. And that factory going to finish in a few moments. The reactor build, Tech Lab building on the barracks, so it gives Q a little idea of what you might do early. Obviously, we'll be able to go into a Cyclone most likely, and that's going to be a fun way to open. Gives you some good, strong map control. herO going into that Twilight Council right from the very get-go. I'm kind of curious as to what the overarching game plan is going to be from Q, because we know he can be very aggressive. Also here, is he just going to play a very regular Blink? Is there something else he's got maybe up his sleeve or so? We'll find out soon. Thank you so much, Dirty Shark, for the 6-month resub on the Prime. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Actually going to swap off that Tech Lab. Obviously the Cyclone is out. Going to start moving straight through. Down toward the bottom right side. Charge coming up, the warp gate coming in, a robotics facility building right now as well. A couple of gates will continue over. Two Stalkers will just step up the Cyclone. Already going to get chased away. Again, gates building, robo building. Charge about halfway done. The warp gate about to finish, and another little structure at the front as we just solidify here. I mean, the Cyclone just poking and having some fun. Nice to know that these units are being kept back on the other side of the map as well, right? That is information you can be certain of, so that is good to know as well. Starport lands down onto the Tech Lab. Factory is about to finish up a siege tank here. That will pop out. Our Nexus going to go down onto the third base as well, so we get that into position. Let's just see our Observer and our Charge continuing through. Banshee, Tank, and Cloaking. building as well. The Marines will unload from this medevac. We've got a Cyclone there as well, so here's a little bit more aggression for you. So the charge on the opening, obviously really good against some of the Marine tank Banshee pushes, actually, which for now could be what kero heads into. Those pushes, which basically just don't have the like any stim or anything, they try and hit super early. Charge lots can just really rip them apart. If the Zealots can get on top of the tanks and take those out quickly, it's so effective. Of course, the punishing part of going for charge means that you don't have blink, so you don't have the mobility you'd usually have here. Just kero spot that observer. If he did, he doesn't have the chance to scan it, as he will look to get back into the main. He's going to start seeing Zealots. He's going to start knowing a little bit more of what's going on as well. Hallucination begins to move over to the top. The Forge coming about, Gateway on the way. Next is coming through. Our battery continues to build as well for now. So yeah, the Cyclone is going to drop up, drop down. A few Marines gathered together. Still got that Hallucination taking some damage. Two Stalkers is going to push the medevac away to that right-hand side. Immortal coming through. Gateway's coming up. The Forge is building. Stim pack and +1. Going to be the protocol for kero if you can get to those upgrades. Obviously, a lot of possibility, a lot of potential there as well. To finally get the cleanup on a few of these units, that medevac low has to get out. So finally some of this harasser kero gets pushed back properly. So you do see herO heading into the Immortal, heading into the Stargate, so a lot of that just continuing up for now, bringing that straight through. And Stargate's a fun one, isn't it? This is what the Stargate wants to be this point of the game. Double Banshee gonna get a Stalker, gonna go for 2, no blink, right? So they can't escape. And the Banshees live. 2 Stalkers go down. It's not a bad start. Gonna find a Pylon next as well. It's actually really not a bad start. Like, I was gonna say these 2 Banshees just flew into the Stalkers. Like, that's really sad, but actually it was pretty darn good. Get this 1 Banshee that's hurt home, repair it, get them back on the map, and they can continue to be a threat. They don't just have to be an early game like, here we are, bang, bang, bang. Like, they don't just have to be that. They can be so much more. Another scan comes through the Robo Facility, gonna pop out the Immortal. Again, +1 and Combat Shield continue to produce right now. As the Combat Shield is about to finish up. We have again Marine Marauder Medevac, all building kero. He's going to have a drop to the right side. This Nexus is going to be seen. He's going to... obviously, he was not expecting this at all. Otherwise, he would have dropped it in a different place and ran into the base. He will actually threaten the main base still with the drop. Maybe he still wanted to threaten the main. Maybe that's part of the plan here. There's a real Phoenix, though. And so all of a sudden, it's kind of danger territory. That is a real Phoenix. You've got to respect this. You're going to have to boost in a moment, try and get the hell away, and hope that you are far enough away from anything else, and it is going to be fine. So yeah, moving into Phoenix, like I said, it was such a late Stargate from herO. Such a weird, interesting choice early. So we got to unload. The medevac's going to go down. We're just going to have to run. I mean, honestly, just good shutdown from herO. kero just didn't know what was up. And honestly, I think if he really kind of made mental note a little bit sooner that this was actually going to be a... an actual real Phoenix, I think he would have been long gone. Yeah, a little bit of a weird moment or two there as the +2 attack coming in, by the way. Pylon and the Assimilator coming up as well. Some shots coming through. Oh, those are beautiful Widow Mines. The Zealots take a beating. Phoenix take a little beating as well. We have to kite back now. Do we have any more mines? We do. They're going to go not off. Wow, great lift on the Phoenix. Really effective to just remove that Widow Mine from firing, because I was about to say, I feel like if a few more Zealots get blasted by mines, we actually have a pretty good turning point where kero can just jump on the rest of that army, and the Phoenix were low as well, but hey. Go herO, finding that Widow Mine, lifting it up during that. That was hard to see as well, because it was right underneath the army as well. Really nice job there. kero is, it doesn't feel good for kero. It feels like every attempt he's making is getting kind of pushed back. He's not really allowed to do the things he would typically like to do here, I would say. It's definitely not been ideal so far as the tank siege is up. The Zealot Stalker gathers together. Thermal Lance and +2 building as well, as you can see the Pylon is going to get jumped on. Io still gathers up. We take a few moments. Medevac's overhead. The additional units reinforcing out of those barracks currently. Medevac's Marines, the Ghost. still super intrigued by his choice to add a Stargate so late. I mean, it was weirdly effective, but like, kind of cool. Love it. Fiery Gathers goes onto the Watchtower. He's gonna get chased back as Zealot goes down. Gonna be seeing the rest of this army still pushing forward. Now the EMP Observer will be killed. Marine Marauder take a bit more damage. Prison speed coming up. Zealots are still on the way. Two Colossus still pushing forward there. The Bio gonna take a little bit of damage. EMP on the Colossus, and we do have our first Viking stepping out. Secure again to this later game setup. That should be okay for him. Knocks those rocks down, stops the flank onto his army. Fourth base will be ready soon. herO is expanding quickly though, and that's going to be herO's biggest kind of gain in this game, is that now the map kind of becomes his. It's so difficult to just justify lifting 2 medevacs units around to kind of kill those bases, especially when like warp-ins and a little recall can shut it down a lot of the time. So this is where the Terrans just have to take solid army fights, secure the 4 bases, and I love that we already see the Fusion Core coming in as well, because that Fusion Core coming online to me says, hey, I'm actually going to get up into a position right now that's going to give us a chance to get into libs and range libs, and that's, like I say, very positive in comparison to what you might typically expect in this scenario, which is sometimes not so hot. So yeah, a few Marines going to go after those Zealots as well. A few Zealots in this mineral line going to go after the SCVs also. Zealot Stalker Colossus is going to be right there. EMPs on the Zealots going to absolutely shred. Now the Vikings are getting to work. A few more of those Zealots going down. The Vikings still putting work in. Colossus are dropping. That good defense from herO if he wasn't just losing SCVs. The thing is, herO has the money to rebuild and to go for more. Already building the Tempest up as well. herO, 50 SCVs in the game. His standing army after this was fine, but going across the map feels very scary. I mean, I think you got to try and push a little bit, though, if you win a fight like that, you know? You got to try and get out and make something happen. By pushing through the Colossus, taking some hits. The Zealots are going to charge forward. Honestly, feels like this could be a good fight for herO as well, because that was not that many Zealots. Now we're going to have the Colossus going down. The Immortals get chased. There's a bunch of bio in the back that's not really here yet. EMPs on the fresh Zealots as well, and there's only 1 Colossus of splash damage, so herO is going to get chased away. herO keeps on pushing through. More Zealots in some trouble. Bio continues to arrive. EMP onto the batteries. The Zealots are melting. It really feels as though this is going to be the push right now from herO to really do some work. Tempests are showing up. I mean, Tempests don't do a ton of damage quickly, so realistically they shouldn't be able to stand and defend here. And herO is going to be able to get rid of multiple bases. The top right base is an issue. I think that's a base he really needs to get to somehow, some way. Chasing the Tempest down, trying to get a catch on them with the Ghost CMPing. We are going to get rid of one, and we're going to push through, looking for more gateways here going down. herO to 80 supply, and herO looking good to take this series to a Game 3 after such a dismal Game 1. He bounces back in this Game 2, and doing the impossible, by the way. Twitch chat certified it's not possible to win a game of TVP after 10 minutes. It is if you're herO, even against herO, apparently. How do you believe that? Someone will deny it. Someone will forget about this game. Don't worry. It's just obviously herO took a couple good fights, and he's jumped on the opportunity, right? herO is going to try and counterattack with Zealots right now to try and cause chaos for herO. It's not a terrible idea if he feels like he needs to try and get herO to pay attention back at home or so. The Zealots are going to dive in. Bunch of SCVs will go down. The SCVs going down are more meaningful than the probes going down right now, because obviously herO has a bunch of bases and a bunch more workers in general. The CC goes down. That's scary in case herO doesn't end the game in the near future. I mean, that Zealot count is just difficult to deal with. At the same time, herO is threatening to push into the natural of herO because he just doesn't really have anything. Gateway is being depowered. That Colossus is going to fall. Zealots are going to be walking in choked up. Scan for the DTs. We are going to kill that Colossus, right? Yep, because it was starting to do quite a bit of damage. It's just those Tempests that are annoying, but I just don't think they're ever going to do enough to save the day. The game is not that close. As herO is still in trouble on the other side of the map, to be fair, having a bad time. But he's also right up there in the main base of his opponent. At least he was right up there in the main. He's going to retreat. He scans the top right. Okay, perfect. He scans the top right, and now he knows about the one location that maybe could have kept herO in it, so he's going to be able to target his efforts over there. I mean, now these Tempests are not in a safe place. They're going to get jumped on too, and herO is going to confirm and guarantee the second game is his. And we get tied up. It will be the blue Protoss player here on Torches. A bit of a crazy map. Maybe we can see some crazy things between these two. It is herO in the upper right corner. On the bottom right-hand side, the red Terran is going to be Cure. Big pushing map, right? You know, you think of that for the Terran a lot of the time, but it actually comes true for Protoss too. Where on this map, you can come across early and just kind of like push with your first tech unit. You can do a lot. Talk about coming across early. There's going to be a very early probe over the other side. This is herO making sure that, you know, Cure does not get up to anything mischievous right away. He wants to see the barracks at the start of the game going down in this wall off. So you're guaranteed to know nothing is going wrong. Right? Nothing's going a little bit kind of wavy or whatever like that. Nuh-uh. That's not the case at all. Let's do see the couple SCVs. We'll continue to chase Mr. Proby down. But yeah, just, I mean, this is expensive for herO because you're scouting super early. It's kind of funny because I feel like as Cure, when you see the probe this early too, you're like, okay. I wouldn't be super worried about what the Protoss is up to, because if he was going to proxy, he would have to put a second probe on the map, and that's super expensive. So I'd be kind of just assuming here as Cure, like, I'm good for the early stages. I don't need an SCV scout. I can just go with the Reaper. Just pulling the second SCV down here because he is looking to try and get the expansion, and obviously he doesn't want that to be blocked forever, so he has a second SCV to help, and should be able to free up the space in a moment. That probe actually taking a few shots. We'll pull one SCV back to expand. Probe gets out on 2 HP and should just survive from there on out for now. Reaper is about to finish. Adept Corona boosting on the gateway. And that Reaper is actually going to find the probe, which is nice. It did slip around there and stick about, so Reaper able to get the kill. Nice little grab, and Reaper now goes across the map to just double check. Hey, you are expanding, right? Let's just double check that is, you know, exactly what I'm expected to be. As he gets across and gets that scout, then yes, he will be happy with that. So that Reaper moving through. We're going to see another Adept shading about as well. Jace's Adept coming over. It's actually going to jump onto the Reaper. Reaper just changes direction. Obviously wants to get away and would rather keep that alive. Stargate from herO. He's actually been Stargating a good amount in the PvT, which is just unusual because Blink is such a powerful way to play. Blink is such a kind of common way to kind of set up and everything. So it's weird to see a Stargate kind of as a choice. Two Adepts will shade. Looking for sets, you know, perhaps the natural or so. SCV takes some damage. Reaper taking some shots. Marines. Big hits as well. One Marine going down. The Hellion popping through. Do we kill both of the Adepts? Yes. Nice. Gets both of them. Doesn't even have to chase, which means you can just sit here and repair the Hellion. It's not a bad shutdown at all. Oracle on the way, though. The one benefit of going Stargate is your opponent doesn't think about it a lot because Stargate is not always the go-to anymore. But there is a Cyclone on the way, so that will help. If the Cyclone's in position, that's not a guarantee, so still one more thing for us to think about here. The foreseeable future. Just going to be seeing that Cyclone popping then in a few moments. Phoenix and the Adept going through. The Raven is building up. Cyclone and Marines are still on the way. Just going to be able to get that a little grab. And the couple of Marines continue over. Getting jumped on by the Oracle. Cyclone locks on. Oracle will take a little bit more damage. Oracle going down. Again, the Raven building up. Cyclone and Marine still building through. As the barracks will build as well. Getting that online. Healing Shrine will just bring the Hellion back up to health a little bit. The Phoenix moving back over. Alien up to the top, Nexus settling. Twilight Council building. Obviously getting into Phoenix. Only built 2, now going into the Twilight Council. Wonder if we're going to go into the Charge and more Phoenix. But like right now we've just full on cut Phoenix and we're building Stalkers. Now, obviously Stalkers are helping to defend this Hellion. But if you go into Charge, then Phoenix would not be bad to keep building. This is not pretty from herO. Just going to take a lot of damage. He is going to go in Charge, but he's not going to keep going Phoenix. He's just going to go Charge Templar Archives. I'm a little scared. Like, there's going to be a timing window here where you're going to be hit in the face by a bunch of bio that has stim. Just don't know if you're going to have that much available as herO to defend it. Like, there is definitely a window here where I think herO is going to be an extremely, extremely powerful Terran. And like I said, I don't think herO is going to be loving that situation at all. Templar Archives will complete the Phoenix moving out onto the map. And stim combat +1, but everything coming through. Add on a couple more zealots. The gateways are still building. IO out the right hand side as well. So double order turret as the Raven gets found. It is kind of a funky addition of the oh, breaks the lock with the Phoenix lift and drop. That was an insta cancel on the drop. Or on the lift, I should say. That was very cool, because I was like, oh, he's going to give the Phoenix a try for the Raven, but no, he knew that he could get the Phoenix away still. That's actually very nicely done. Well, a few Marines unload, and like I say, the Phoenix are nice because I was about to say they obviously deny the Raven from doing much as well, so another little bonus from them as herO's going to see these Marines. The Marines, if nothing else, will just force the Phoenix away and get rid of some of this map control for now. It's just going to push that back as the Storm is about to finish. Concussive Shells is halfway done. We do have a little bit more Marine Marauder Medevac coming through also. Widowmine's building, Command Center building. Going by that kind of time window, but clearly Kira didn't find it. This is still a moment where it's very Zealot heavy and it's just mostly reliant on Storm. Uh-oh. Actually going to see the armies in the center. The Raven wants to be careful because obviously the Raven doesn't want to run into feedbacks. At the same time, you do not want to run into the Storms either. As when the Storm comes down, we actually drop the anti-armor missile. There's a bunch of units warping in on the left-hand side, by the way, so herO's potentially going to have a surround here, or he's going to have the counterattack into his opponent's base. 2 of his High Templar over there as well. But it's going to get really interesting because Kira is going to realize it now as well. He sees the units returning home. The recall goes onto the natural. The scan saw that, so Kira can go dive this base on the left. Widowmines do a little bit of the work here, catching some of the Zealots. He's not going to get the base, but he is going to get quite a few Zealots. It's like a freebie grab. This Archon's kind of free as well. I mean, I say a freebie grab. He is starting to start losing some of the bio here. He can lift and leave in the medevacs. There's only 1 Phoenix left, so there's not a lot of anti-air that should be able to chase those medevacs. I love the healing shrine. Going to heal up very quickly because of that. However, standing there is going to mean that these units get a catch on you. Yeah, and that's where you can lift and, like I say, just get out. 1 Phoenix is not going to do damage quickly. The empty medevac is being targeted. It's not the end of the world if that 1 medevac goes down. Okay, and Marauder's very sad that he was in there. But yeah, Kira's going to get home. And like I say, the healing shrine is not bad. It heals super quickly, and it does not take your medevac energy, so nice little bonus. Widowmine's available here. Oh, Kira was trying to bring those units from the left side over to the right, so he ran into the Storm. That Storm in the back was very interesting. I actually don't think this is looking too hot for herO still. I actually think Kira's supply is looking good. He's ahead on workers as well, by the way, so Kira has a good worker lead. And herO's going to still be aggressive with this army, but he's also on no upgrades. So 1-1 in favor of Kira right now. He's going to start making his way through the gold mineral wall to access the right side third base is going to now be his plan. So steps on over there. The few probes returning back up to the top. And again, a little bit of Zealot Archon. A Templar stepping through. A couple Widowmines go bang bang. A few more units in the bunker going to try and bring some damage out as well. Storm comes down. The first few Marauders taking some hits. The feedback comes down as well. What more can we do here? It's just those Storms that are very scary for Kira to deal with, but he's going to hit the EMP and everything gets caught. Goodbye, High Templar. Yeah, you know he wants to take this fight. As the Archons are going to be pretty tanky. A few of the Zealots going down, but I mean, realistically, it's just not going to be good enough. There is 1 or 2 Storms on that High Templar in the back. The first one already landed. Second one we split from. There's a lot of Zealots showing up, but still with the 1-1 upgrades, I think Kira is going to be fine as he chases this down. He wants to get as many of these tech units as possible. The Archons are low, the High Templar are scared, and he is going to run into those High Templar because they don't have the energy right now, so still no storms coming through. Io could do with another stim here and just kite back, and another couple of ghosts showing up as well. EMPs available. Archon, Ghost, Archon, High Templar, both going to be good choices there. He does hit it on the High Templar. He's going to get rid of this pylon, and Kira is going to knock this army down. A lot of people saying we're going to see a second herO Max Packs finals today, but it doesn't look like it is. It looks good for Kira right now in this game 3 of the series. And after such a dismal game 1 from Kira as well, what a way to bounce back in game 2 and 3. We're not done yet. Let's maybe not count our, eggs in the basket too soon, but I think we are heading in the right direction for Kira finals. Results are going to come charging in. Bio just already over here, going to clean up a bunch of that. That's no problem at all. Little Storm comes down, a few Ghost take hit, a couple more Zealots going down. High Templar gets caught, that will go down. There's nothing defensive here anymore. The third base is dropping. It's a counterattack from herO. He's going after the third base of his opponent, but I mean, Q can just lift that up and re-land it later. Realistically, this base is dead, and herO knows that he is dead. GG's, Q advances to the finals. It's a Terran in the top 2 of this additional cup today.